All right. It says we live. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll edit all that out. 2 words for you. Wrestling podcast. Today is a big day. Today is a huge day. One of the top 4 events. This is the AFC Championship. If we're just going to compare it to football, this would be the AFC NFC Championship game. This is championship round. The Royal Rumble. 30 men come in. 1 man wins it all. 30 men
and
over
women.
the top. Royal Rumble. Okay, hold on. How many minutes do you get in the ring? You get 2 minutes by yourself?
I actually never looked into what.
Every 2 minutes?
I think it's every 3. I actually never looked into it though. What the actual clock is? I always just assumed it was 3.
Yeah. So every 3 minutes, competitor enters the Royal Rumble.
Well, actually, 2 would make more sense because if it's 30 entrants every 2 minutes, that's like an hour. So
okay, so 2 minutes.
A little more sense.
2 minutes. Every 2 minutes, I'm thinking because I might be thinking of Elimination Chamber actually.
Yeah.
Every 2 minutes, a new competitor enters the ring. Big thing, big surprises, a lot of returns. I expect a lot of shenanigans tonight. Let's talk about the other matches before we get into the actual, because we got a women's Royal Rumble and a men's Royal Rumble.
We do.
We got Cody versus Kevin Owens, which is a banger.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got? Who else is wrestling?
That's a good question. Do we only have the 3 matches?
I'm trying to
think about it. I can't think of anybody else that's wrestling. You know what? I might pull up the card. Hold up. I got a laptop.
Pull up the card,
here.
man. You're making us look bad.
Yeah, me. You know, you the rundown
I've been celebrating
guy.
my birthday, my wife's birthday. I've been all over the place. I did not do any homework this week. I apologize. Sincerely.
That's fine. Royal Rumble card 2014.
2025.
Yeah. Ain't that crazy? It's 2025.
2025. Crazy.
Let me scroll.
Let's start with Cody and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
This match has been built. Ladder match. This match has been built. It had to be today because this match can't get any bigger than what it is. They can't promote it anymore. They can't add nothing else to it. Well, they can, but they built this match properly. Yep. They talked them into the building weeks ago. It's at its peak, and
2 belts, by the way.
I expect a very violent, very competitive, back and forth fight tonight. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I think Kevin Owens should win. He's probably not gonna win, but there's a big argument for why Kevin Owens should win because there's a lot of ways you can go. And we'll touch on the one that I think why I think Kevin Owens is going to win. But what do you think about the buildup of the match?
I think it's been very good. They've been dropping pretty good promos on each other. The one that I'm thinking of is I think it might have been right after Owens pile drive Randy. And they had that little promo battle between each other. That was really good. I like that it's a ladder match. I don't remember even the last time that WWE's done a ladder match in a pay-per-view.
Like a strictly ladder match?
Yeah, exactly. Like they've done Money in the Bank and stuff, obviously, and they're like Extreme Rules
TLC
matches or whatever.
Matches. They haven't did a
proper ladder match in a long time.
Hey, they got big shoes to follow. One of my favorite Rock and Triple H matches is the ladder match.
Yeah,
and they were amazing.
Yeah, and that match is known for like they were using the ladder in new and innovative ways to like hurt each other. Like those were like two brawler kind of guys. It's not like they high flyers, so they not just like
Right. It
jumping
wasn't
off the
Sean
ladders
and
onto each other.
Razor. It wasn't Sean and
Exactly.
Razor at all.
Yeah.
When's the
So
last time they used a ladder, just a straight ladder match? It's been a
I don't know.
while.
It's been a
It's
long
been a
time.
while.
Now, you're not an ADW guy, but the last time Cody has been in the ladder match was his match against Sammy Guevara, which was his last match in AEW, and that one
Right.
was tore the house down. Tore the house
Yeah,
down.
I'm familiar with that match actually. One of the few.
Yeah.
AEW. I try to watch AEW, man. I really try. It was. So yeah, they got the Razor Shawn Michaels, which is an epic. The only good match on that WrestleMania 10. I'm sorry. Yeah, we can fight about it later.
Yeah.
That's the only good match on that WrestleMania. That WrestleMania was horrible.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it's a ladder match. We haven't done a ladder match in a while. We just did a Hell in a Cell, so it could have been a Hell in a Cell, but we just did one with Cody and Drew, and they probably Kevin and Cody probably could match that match, but it is a little soon to run it back. So and Hell in a Cell is usually like the grudge match. So it's like the
big
third
grudge
one.
match. Yeah.
They're 2-2 right now. Is there a pay-per-view between the Royal Rumble and the WrestleMania?
Yeah, we've got Elimination Chamber that's coming up. That'll be John Cena's last Elimination Chamber.
So they could potentially have Kevin Owens win this match.
Potentially, but then, so let's talk about it, I guess, about Kevin Owens potentially winning this belt. That's one of my, like, there's good and there's bad that comes with WrestleMania season. The good is obviously, things get ramped up, you get the big storylines coming or whatever. The bad is a lot of the time you could kind of see who's going to be the champion as we walk into WrestleMania. Like last year and, years past, Roman Reigns, even though he has a match at Elimination Chamber or a match at the Royal Rumble, there is no way he's not walking into WrestleMania as a champion.
Right.
You could have Kevin win this match and be the champ, but if that's the case, I don't see a way where Cody doesn't fight for that belt at WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? Like, even there's a scenario where Kevin Owens wins at Rumble, maybe Cody wins the belt back at Elimination Chamber, but then who has more of a claim to the title than Kevin Owens at that point? He's got, I don't know if they do rematch clauses anymore, but he's a heel. He'll probably try and make that argument. So, I mean, you could do that, but then you're taking Cody and you're pairing him up with Kevin Owens, and there's, a few things you can do with that, but is that a WrestleMania match?
No, that's not a WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
But, okay, so here's my theory on it. And I got shenanigans in mind.
Okay.
I think they are setting Sami Zayn up to be involved in this match somehow or another.
I can believe that.
It looks like he's helping Kevin, but he really was trying to help Cody. Or maybe it looks like he's helping Cody, but he's really on Kevin's side to get that match. But I think the fact that people keep stressing Sami over, you never win a title, you're not good enough to be a champion. And Kevin says, if you help me win, I will give you that match that you've been looking for.
Mm-hmm.
That might help Sami. It's hard to turn Sami heel, but if you're going to turn Sami heel, who better to turn him heel than Cody Rhodes, the biggest guy in the game? And it makes sense. As much as Kevin Owens be whining and bitching about what he's going through, it actually has a point.
Yeah.
He has a point. As much as Drew McIntyre talks crazy about everybody, he has a point at the end of the day. And it all revolves around Roman anyway. So, but I think that you get Sami involved, and he might cost Cody Rhodes the match. to help
That could
Kevin
be.
Owens with the explanation on Monday night being everybody says I'm not ready for a title match or I'm not worthy of a title match. Well, I just made myself a title match. As long as Kevin Owens is the champion, I can get my match, and I will protect Kevin Owens until I get that match. So that gives you something to do with Cody, Sammy, Seth. All these guys are intertwined anyway. So that could work. It's a possibility that could work. Now that I say it out loud, it may sound a little crazy. So I don't know if we're going to.
I think the only thing that's holding that theory back, because if this were during any other time of the year, I'd be 100% behind you. But with WrestleMania so close, I just don't know how you have Cody Rhodes in a match that's not the main event. Like, if you do Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens, or make it a triple threat somehow, maybe like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn do help each other, but then they turn on each other at some point in between Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania or something, and you make that a triple threat match, for example, that has to be your main event. If Cody is supposed to be like the quarterback, the guy, the face of the company, you cannot have him in a match at WrestleMania that's not like a main event match to me. So
there's a guy that helps you out though. If you throw him in there with John Cena,
that's interesting.
He don't need the belt. You throw him in there with John Cena. There you go, right there. That solves that problem. I don't know. Do you want to throw him in with John Cena yet? Is it too early?
So that's another thing that I've been thinking about, because I've been thinking about this when I try to figure out who I think is going to win the Rumble. You can turn a match that's not necessarily main event on its own into a main event by throwing a guy like John Cena in there. So like, say you have Kevin, Sammy, Cody in a match, all of a sudden you throw John Cena in there. Maybe he like wins Elimination Chamber match. Maybe he wins the Royal Rumble early on in the day. Then Sammy helps Kevin turn later on in the card. Maybe you do it that way, because we don't know what the order is, by the way. The main event usually is the Men's Rumble. But was it last year that they started with the Men's Rumble? Am I remember that correctly? No, because Cody won, so that was at the end.
Yeah, that was at the end.
I think one of these years they started off with the Men's Rumble.
Okay, but that sets you up. If you can let Kevin win the night, and then you automatically have at least 3 participants in your Elimination Chamber. Yeah. Sammy, Kevin, Cody, off top with the belt. You already got like half of your Elimination Chamber set, and you can throw Punk in that mix. You can throw Cena in that mix. You can throw Seth. You can throw Drew. You can throw Roman in that mix. If you do 6, it's 6 people, right? So
yeah, you could do it that way. There's things you
Gunther
can do.
Fighting tonight? Gunther is
no. So I'm looking at the card right now. We got the men and women's Rumble. We've got the ladder match, and then we've got a tag team title match. It's like 2 out of 3 falls, and I'm betting they're probably going to start off with that. Well, no, maybe not. They like to start off hot, so this is probably like a mid card thing. But those are the 4 matches that we know.
It might start off with the Women's Royal Rumble.
Typically, that's what they do.
Is there Motor City Machine Guns and DIY?
Yes.
Okay. That might be a good match, actually.
It almost certainly is going to be. It's a 2 out of 3 falls match, so they're going to have time to do whatever they want. So I'm expecting a really good match.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so many, bro. It's so many ways. They set this Royal Rumble up so beautifully that it's at least 10 ways you could go. You can go with Roman winning it. That's a whole thing all by itself. CM Punk I think CM Punk's going to win it because
do you want to get into that? Do you want to give our winners for the men's first?
Lot of these, because I'm going with CM Punk for the men's because a lot of the roads and a lot of the storylines intertwine with CM Punk anyway. So if you do CM Punk, him and Cody just set up WrestleMania last night at SmackDown. I didn't even watch SmackDown, and I knew about that one.
CM Punk did make an appearance. He did.
Yeah. So him and Cody set up. Was that Raw or was Raw? That him and Cody set up the WrestleMania.
Yep.
CM Punk and Kevin Owens set up a match last night with promos.
Yep.
Like I said, Sammy and CM Punk had the interaction. Drew and CM Punk always is going to be an interaction. Seth and CM Punk is always going to be something. CM Punk has hinted at Cena at least 3 times separately.
At least.
So,
and that's only on air.
And that's on air. So I think a lot of and CM Punk and Roman with the favor with Paul Heyman, that's a whole other storyline right there. So a lot of these roles intersect with CM Punk at the end of them or in the middle of them or whatever. So it just makes sense for CM Punk to win because, like I said, a lot of these roles involve him or can involve him. And they are bringing up you never main evented a WrestleMania. Yeah. Everybody's selling them that. Everybody. Kevin Owens told him that. Sammy told him that. Drew told him that. Cody told him that. Roman probably would tell him. Did Roman do a promo this week?
No, it was Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman
Roman's
cut it on his behalf. Him that.
Paul Heyman. So I just think it's set up for CM Punk. 2 weeks ago, my answer was Roman Reigns. But I just think it's set up for CM Punk to win this whole.
So with my winner, I'm on the same road that you're on, but I think I got to a different destination. So like you were saying, this was probably the hardest Rumble winner I've had to pick in a long time. Like I don't get all of them right, but I usually have a guy who I think is going to win because it makes sense. And now there's a bunch of guys that make sense. Right. So I really have 2 winners and I have a contingency. Okay. If we don't get any, there's one guy that I think if he appears, he's winning the Rumble, and that's Rocky. If The Rock appears, I think he wins the Rumble. He goes to WrestleMania, he faces Cody, and we have that main event. I think.
He's been teased. So
he's been teased.
He's in the teaser.
2.
I
think Roman Reigns is going to win it. And here's why. I think because CM Punk has the favor, he can cash in that favor whether he wins the Rumble or not. So Roman wins the Rumble. Obviously, he challenges Cody. And while, everybody's thinking we're about to get Roman Cody 3, CM Punk interrupts during a promo or something, talks to Paul Heyman, hey, I'm cashing in that favor. And now we have a triple threat match. And that would be the biggest match of the year, maybe the next 2 years, because you've got your 3 biggest guys, inarguably, I think, all in one match. And that's a clear-cut night 2 main event for the title.
You threw me for a loop when you said triple threat. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because if the favor is a match against Roman, technically the match against Roman can have Cody in it too. Paul Heyman can pull those kind of strings. So I feel like because he has the favor, I don't think CM Punk needs to win the Rumble in order to get into the main event.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I said, all roads involve CM Punk. Majority of them involve CM Punk. So he doesn't necessarily need to win the Royal Rumble. You just threw my whole plan in the. Yeah.
I think he can still win it though. I mean, there's good CM Punk is the odds-on favorite to win it, and there's good reason why. Like he's one of the biggest stars in the company. So if you're gonna have someone main event WrestleMania, it should. I mean, he's obviously one of the guys that can do it. There's just a lot of ways you can get there. There's a bunch of ways to skin a cat, as they say.
Okay, so since you got Roman and CM Punk winning,
or Roman and Rocky,
Roman or Rocky, who eliminates John Cena?
So, okay, we were talking over the week, and you were asking me how would I book Melo for WrestleMania. My dream is that Melo eliminates Cena, and then we get Cena in the WrestleMania. We can dive more into that if you want. So we could have that.
That could actually make Melo. Yeah,
Yes.
that's okay. We'll
And
get into it later, but
we
yeah,
can
come
we
back to that,
can
please.
dive more into that later. But other than that, you could. So if Cena's fighting at Elimination Chamber, which I'm assuming he is, I think he's going to be in the Elimination Chamber for the World Heavyweight Championship. Is my assumption. Like Gunther's going to be either you're going to have a number one contenders match at Elimination Chamber, which they've done before, or you have the title itself on the line at Elimination Chamber. If that's the case, I think one of the setups you can do is have Logan Paul eliminate John Cena,
I,
and you can
I,
set that up.
I think Logan Paul is one of the guys that can eliminate John Cena.
Yeah,
But I think, and that throws him into Gunther territory.
yeah, yes.
And Logan Paul, Gunther, who else? Seth, Cena.
Seth. Yeah.
You can throw that's something they've been teasing and building and buzzing, and they've been buzzing around each other. And Logan Paul has crazy heat right now. If he eliminates John Cena,
even crazier. Even crazier.
Oh my God.
Really?
You
And
just write the blank check.
I maybe, if Royal Rumble was another week away, I might have been a week away from saying Logan might win the Rumble. Because then you have him versus Gunther at WrestleMania with all the crazy heat that Logan has right now. You don't have to necessarily make him win it, but if he's your biggest heel right now, one of your biggest heels, we haven't had a heel win the Rumble in a very long time. It's been Cody 2 years, Drew the year before that. No, it was Brock before the year before that, and he was a babyface at the time. And then you had Drew after that. So that's 4 Rumbles in a row we've had babyfaces win it. It could be a heel this year. And if it's a heel, it might be Logan. I wouldn't like that personally.
No, I don't think you could. You can't let no. As bad as he is right now, in a good way. I don't think you could let him win. But I think you could let him eliminate Cena.
Johnson. Yeah.
Man, that would boy, you talk about skyrocketing and Mello. That would put him up there.
Yeah.
And they're teasing Mello. I think they want a run out of Mello. Mello could be, and this is almost blasphemous. Mello could be like the Black Shawn Michaels of this current era. I ain't gonna go that far with you, bro.
I'm not gonna say nothing. If I've said it once, I'm gonna say it again. If Carmelo Hayes was a stock in the fortune, if Carmelo Hayes was a stock, I'm buying. I'm buying and I'm holding.
They teased him with Halliburton this week. They teased him with the big stars. He had a nice match with Jimmy. Made Jimmy look good. He sells. He's in great shape. He's a good talker. And he can work. He can work. So
young man can work.
Yeah. Him going after John Cena would boost skyrocket him.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre. Is there a real shot for Drew to win this thing?
There is. He's also one of the guys that I could see winning the Rumble. The problem I had was that if he wins, I don't think he challenges Gunther because Gunther's not that big of a baby face yet. He's still leaning more heel. You could turn him baby face for that, but then that's not like necessarily a main event yet. Like Gunther's not big enough of a baby face to justify him main eventing with another heel yet, I don't think. So for me, he would have to face Cody, and you can do that, but that's not to me a night 2 main event. That's more of a night 1 main event.
Yeah, and it has to be a night 2 because Cody's gonna be night 2.
Yes. Now I think you could make it a night 2 by throwing Roman in there at some point. Maybe Roman wins Elimination Chamber, gets himself jumped into that. I also think you could maybe jump CM Punk in there because him and Drew have some history. Maybe you have Seth and CM Punk both jump in there, maybe make it a fatal 4-way. You could do that. There are things you can do to make it a night 2 main event, but I don't think just Drew by himself is a night 2 main eventer. So there's a chance he gets in there. there's a couple things you got to do to sell me on it.
All right, so I'm gonna ask the same question. Who do you think eliminates Drew if he doesn't win?
That's a good question.
I'm thinking Seth.
Yeah,
I'm thinking Seth. But
or you could have CM Punk eliminate him.
Teased the Logan Paul Gunther thing.
Yeah.
Logan Paul eliminating Drew McIntyre. You set up a triple threat right there. And the Heat is gonna go. So man,
or you could
there's so many things you can do with this Rumble. This is the best. This is gonna be one of the best Rumbles in a while. Not to say the other ones were bad, but it's so many. The way they built this one is so many different directions that you could go. It's been built perfectly. Shout out to Triple H, man.
I think so, and he's going to the Hall of Fame too. You know, well deserved,
and quickly,
well deserved.
Only Sean can induct him into the Hall of Fame. Don't. We love you, Stephanie. We love you, Undertaker. Only people that I could see, it would have to be Shawn Michaels or Kevin Nash. But Kevin Nash, he talked too much, so I don't think you can do Kevin Nash because he's not politically correct.
Has anyone done multiple people inducting someone? Because you could have the whole clique just go up there and induct him if you wanted to.
You could.
I mean, you could have.
I don't know if they throw Road Dogg on there, but they could throw, because you would have to do Shawn, Kevin Nash, and then X-Pac.
Yeah,
because you would have to throw X-Pac in there. But just let Shawn do it.
I think Shawn makes the most sense. Yeah,
and then have those guys in the crowd have a
moment or something.
Billy Gunn won't be there because he's an AEW. No. They might let him
slide. They might let him go. They might let him go.
But Shawn has to induct him. There's a rumor Bray Wyatt could go in, which probably should be. There's a rumor Batista could go in this year.
Ooh.
Which would be.
That would be really good. But then you got to have Triple H induct him.
That's what I was like. You would have to have, or Randy Orton.
Yes, but Randy is hurt right now, so the next time he appears on TV, he probably is going to be in a ring somewhere. He could return for the Rumble.
Look,
he could return in time for the Rumble.
Is Randy hurt? Will Randy be returning tonight?
That's a good question.
He's been out.
Ooh, now that's another guy.
Cody Rhodes got the same move, and he's been cleared. Randy was hurt before he was. Randy should be cleared.
I'm
surprised they ain't dropped a hint on Randy. They haven't said anything about Randy.
Randy is my dark horse pick to win. If he's in the Rumble, he's my dark horse pick to win because Cody versus Randy absolutely is a main event at WrestleMania.
And you got to bring him out like 15, 16, 17, like halfway through.
Yeah, and then let him.
All right, let's get to this. Cook. Let's get to this. Speaking of Randy Orton, any surprises tonight?
I truly don't know. I love what they've done with the Rumble. People were complaining, they ruined all the surprises. Why did John Cena announce? Why did Charlotte Flair announce? I think it's really good that you have all these superstars, all these huge megastars declaring for the Rumble because it gets you excited. Like, who's going to win? You've got all these because, say they save John Cena for later, then people are going to automatically think he's winning the Rumble or something. But this helps build it. Mm-hmm. But surprises, I think Randy Orton is on the table. Mm-hmm. I think Rocky is on the table. I think it's less than these two, but I've heard whisperings of Brock Lesnar. He could be on the table.
They named him in that lawsuit, though.
They did. And it could be a bad look, but if they've been working on it for a while, he hasn't been charged with anything. For the record,
they have teased him a couple times with Paul Heyman, the Beast.
And Gunther is on record saying that he would like to fight Brock Lesnar. Gunther is on record saying that, and that also is definitely a main event.
Any AEW guys that's Aleister Black?
Yes, he's not in contract right now, so he's not technically an AEW guy, but I could definitely see him coming out for the Rumble. Someone said, I forget, I think it was Paige. I don't
Yeah.
think she's gonna appear because she's still under contract, I think technically. So I don't think her. I could see this is not an AEW person, but as far as NXT people go, Trick Williams is going to get the biggest pop of the night. I think.
He's definitely going to be in the Rumble. He has to be in the Rumble tonight.
I think so. And if he appears, he's going to get the biggest pop.
I might throw Ethan Page in there too.
Yeah, just to get him that experience. I could see that. Throw him in there.
Oh, because he's going to do numbers when he come up on that main show. He's a gray heel. He is a great heel. You just got to pick the right guy to throw him in there with. But yeah, he's going to make some money when he comes up.
As far as other programs and companies, Joe Hendry should absolutely be in this Royal Rumble. Absolutely.
Definitely.
And if Trick doesn't get the biggest pop of the night, Joe Hendry will be getting the biggest pop of the night.
Joe did call out John Cena.
He did. And that was I thought that was beautifully done. I thought that was beautifully done by him.
He did kind of call out in a respectful way. But he did call out John Cena.
To make it a possibility.
On the women's side, there's been rumors, and if this happens, the roof is coming off the building. Yeah. If AJ Lee skips into that ring, oh my God, if that beautiful woman comes out in those short shorts and gets
in those long Converses,
listen, the roof will explode.
It feels like every year, the rumor is AJ Lee is coming. Every year. And I can't work myself up anymore.
This year's a little, because CM Punk is there, and it's a little different.
It is a little different. But I can't even buy into it. I can't. Every year it happens. I can't be hurt again. I can't be hurt again.
I agree. You can't. But if AJ Lee, she don't even got to get in the ring. If she just skipped out around the ring and then left, the roof
will blow off the place. Yeah.
Yes. We already
Becky
got
Lynch
Charlotte
could be
Flair.
coming back too. Yeah.
Becky Lynch, Asuka.
Yeah. Asuka. Yeah.
Roxanne Perez from NXT.
She could be coming up. I think. Oh my goodness, I feel so bad. The TNA lady that just got signed.
Jordan Grace.
Yes.
Is it Jordan Grace? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
And another NXT. And speaking of Trick Williams, if Lash Legend happened to, just throwing that out there. Just keep an eye on her.
Yeah.
The women. We'll touch on the women's Royal Rumble in a second. But this is. I almost wanted them to do 40 men, and there was a slight rumor about doing a 40 man.
Yeah, there was the 40. That was a rumor.
Yeah, but 30 might be nice, but it's so many ways, so many storylines they could go. Yeah, so we got the men's Royal Rumble with the women's Rhea's champion and Tiffany Stratton.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want Charlotte and Rhea.
Charlotte and Rhea, that's interesting.
Charlotte and Rhea is probably the match, but Charlotte and Tiffany sound so good too.
I think that. So I picked two this year because I think there's so many ways you can go about it, but Charlotte is one of my picks, and I have her challenging Tiffany because that is not that I don't know who's going to main event night one, but if you did want the women to main event night one, Tiffany and Charlotte 100% would do that. 100%.
Mm-hmm. We just had Nia and Ripley, but
you did
Nia and Rhea.
I thought about Nia winning the Royal Rumble, but we just
I
have
say
her
Nia,
versus
Nia Jax. I
yeah,
don't know why I say Nia. I'm sorry. Nia
yeah.
Jax and Rhea.
You could have her win the Rumble, but I just don't know what. Oh my gosh! You could have her versus Tiffany. That actually would still be a good main event match at WrestleMania. Not main event, but that would be a good match because they have that bad blood. Because she technically still hasn't gotten that match against
Yeah, she
Tiffany
does. She's
yet.
technically older rematch.
Yeah. Ooh, and Nia's been on a heater too. She's been so good this year.
I
I
wonder
can see
if
that.
Becky comes back.
You could have her win too.
Yeah,
Her versus Rhea
with a
again.
new gimmick because she wants to get out of that man thing, the man persona. So she
Hmm.
might come out with a new gimmick.
That could be interesting. But
Yeah, that could be
if she,
interesting.
if Becky comes back though and she's trying a new gimmick, I don't know if they have her win the Rumble yet though. I
Right.
think they let her figure out her gimmick first, and then maybe they'll work her up to like a championship match.
Yeah. Excuse me. Okay, so
But
here's a question.
mhm,
Final four in the men and the women.
mhm,
So let's go men. I would go Punk,
yep,
Drew,
okay,
Cena.
okay,
No, because I had Logan Paul eliminating Cena.
mhm,
All right, Punk, Drew,
mhm,
Seth,
okay.
man, I want to throw Sammy in that. I want to throw Sammy in that for. Ah,
You're gonna leave out Roman Reigns for Sami Zayn. Are you really gonna do
I
it?
didn't say Roman. Okay, so CM
Yeah.
Punk, Drew, Seth, Roman. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You're right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Sammy's
That's a
probably in the
respectable four.
six, but he got thrown out. In
Yeah.
the women, Charlotte,
Okay.
Bianca,
Okay. Yeah.
I would say the new girl from TNA, Jordan Grace,
Okay.
and Naya. Naya has to be in there somewhere. So
I
I
think
would
that's
be
respectable.
those final four.
So with those four that you named for the men and the women, you have all my winners in there except Rocky, which there's no guarantee that he's in there. I might even be leaning like 60% that he's not in the Rumble. But if he is, he's definitely in that final four, I think. But
I
barring,
think he's gonna be there. He's not gonna be in the Rumble.
yeah,
But I think
yeah.
he will be in the building.
And his presence will be there.
Yes, yeah.
Um,
And just
yes, with goosebumps, the goosebumps.
goosebumps.
Oh, can you feel
Yeah.
it? But I'll start with the women's final four because I said Charlotte was my first pick to win. Bianca is
Yep.
my second pick to win.
Okay.
And the reason why is because her and Rhea Ripley might be the biggest women's match ever, maybe, because they've been teasing that for a while. Every time those two get in the ring together and just kind of stare at each other, the crowd kind of feels like, ooh, are they gonna do it
Let's
this
see.
year?
I
We
love to see
haven't seen
it.
it yet. We haven't seen it yet. We have not gotten Rhea versus Bianca at all. Can you
And
believe that?
wait till Jay comes back. We got that whole situation.
That's true too.
Do you think Jay comes
Ooh,
back tonight?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe, maybe. What will
Yeah.
they really do that? Because she debuted at last year's Rumble. Will they have her re-debut at this year's Rumble?
Sound
Make
like
her
money
come
to
back?
me. Look, sounds
Yeah,
like money to me.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, oh man, there's so many
But
ways.
if Jay comes back, then that means she's in the final four. By the way, I hope you know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That if she comes back, she's
And
in that final four.
she probably has to eliminate Bianca.
Oh, and then you set that up for Mania?
Yeah,
Bianca
because
versus Jay?
she's definitely got to get rid of Naomi and
Yeah.
Bianca. She is it, or Bianca gets rid of her, and then that sets up a God. It's Triple H. You are Booker of the Year, sir.
I think
Um,
so.
um, man. So the tag team, I think Motor City Machine Guns. You definitely got them going over tonight, right?
I don't know about definitely. I don't know about definitely.
Mm.
I could see it. I could see it because they are fantastic tag team. I think they might. If you try to argue with me that they're the best tag team on the roster right now, Raw or SmackDown, you could probably talk me into it. I just think DIY has a lot of momentum right now as heels. They're doing a lot of good heel work right now. And I think taking the belt off of them this soon could be a mistake.
Yeah,
We'll see though.
they actually need the belt right now.
I
They're
think
not
so.
like Cody. Cody's so big now he doesn't need the belt
I don't think
anymore.
so.
Roman doesn't need a belt.
No.
Drew, Punk, those guys don't need belts. But yeah, DIY they should keep it because they're building. They're slowly but surely. I like the LWO guys. I like the other. What's the other Mexican guys that be hanging out with?
The Phantasma group.
They're good. I like them. They're teasing Tama and Jacob being a tag team again, which if they go back to being titled, that kind of screws it up because who's going to be? And we'll talk about Jacob later on.
Yeah,
because Jacob's in the Rumble, and oh my god,
he's gonna be.
He's the betting favorite for most eliminations.
Yeah,
and that's a good bet right there because they teased him and Damian last night. That's gonna be.
They
nice.
did. They did.
Damian, LA Knight. They teased. Yeah, WWE is cooking with the best grease you've ever. It's like,
I mean,
it's like 100% vegetable oil from the land of milk and honey or something.
It's so easy right now, almost. I feel like because everybody is so over. Like Jacob Fatu's over, and he's a heel. LA Knight's over. Damian Priest is over, and he hasn't even been properly pushed yet. They're planning to push him this year. He hadn't even been really pushed yet, and he's over. Not to mention who?
Solo.
He could be, and he could win it. He could be in it, he could win it. And imagine that.
I can't wait to see Solo Jacob face off. Look that way, look that way, look that way, look that way.
Yeah.
Just look at each other. You punch him in the face. Somebody messes it up.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't even know if Solo hasn't spoken since he lost.
Yeah.
Roman Jacob face off is going to be intense, even though we've seen it a couple of times. But
yeah,
that's going to be nice. Is there a point where Jay and Roman face off?
So I think they're on good terms, but maybe like Jay almost super kicks Roman or something. Or maybe Jay has a chance to eliminate Roman and then he waits for a minute, he hesitates, and then Roman sees that he has a chance to, like, maybe you make some tension there. It could be something like that. Could be something like that.
Bro, I just thought of this because so much is going on. Jey Uso is also floating around that Gunther circle.
Yeah, he is. So you could have him win the Rumble. His track record is not very good right now.
Logan Paul does not throw over John Cena, if he throws over Jey Uso, that's just almost just as big.
Yeah,
because Jay is over.
He's way over.
He's over. Jay might be bigger. He might be the biggest star in the company right now.
I think
he's top 3. If it's Roman, Cody, it's Jay. You can go Roman, Cody. You can go Cody, Roman, but then Jey Uso is right there.
I think you could be right. I think the last time I checked, you were right, but that was like a month ago, and that was before CM Punk beat the brakes off of Drew McIntyre at Hell in a Cell. I think that might have put CM Punk in that number 3 spot. But if
they just made a Saturday night main event too, though, Jey Uso and Gunther just main evented that.
Yeah, that's true. But guess who else main evented the Raw on Netflix? So I think under the right conditions, Jey Uso is a clear number 3. I think under the right conditions, you get him like during that France crowd. Absolutely, he was like, if not top 3, he was probably definitely top 2.
Yeah.
There are, yeah. Just everybody's
so many
over.
things you can do in this. It's so many things you can do in this Royal Rumble match, man. It's damn right amazing, man. I think it's gonna be. It's setting up to be a 10 out of 10. It's setting up to be a very very big Royal Rumble. And if the Royal Rumble was this big, WrestleMania.
It's gonna be real big.
If the Royal Rumble is this big, WrestleMania is this big. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so there are only 2 main events. There are 2 main events, and we just named off like 10 potential main event matches, and only like 6 of them have the same guys in it. So there are some main event caliber matches that are not going to be on the main event, and that's insane.
I think, man, this is going to be a hell of a Royal Rumble. It's going to be edge of your seat all night. There's ways you can go. If there's something that if The Rock comes out, we might immediately have to go. I don't care what you're doing. We might have to immediately come back
live just to get reactions.
just to say whoa. But we're
just to say whoa.
Recap.
We're
definitely gonna do a recap. I might have a guest plan for that recap that I've been in talks with, but a good guest that knows wrestling. Great guy. Man, this is, like I said, this is gonna be a hell of a night. I think it's no way that this isn't a 10 out of 10. And my friends, my group chat is going crazy right now because people are spreading their Peacock
passwords around. Yeah. I gotta freaking renew my Peacock.
Literally right now, I'm getting texts on my phone about the Peacock
password. Man, I let that mug run out because Raw went to We gotta renew Peacock to get that on.
Yeah, all my high school buddies are sharing
passwords. See, y'all the reason Netflix done cracked down on that.
Hey,
y'all the problem.
Hey, things happen. Oh, if you don't know, pay-per-view is on Peacock. Internationally, it is on Netflix.
Yeah, so if you got like a VPN changer now, you might be able to watch.
So my guy John in Canada, he's gonna be watching it on Netflix. We're gonna be watching it on Peacock. Now, you got to work tonight?
No, they saving me up for this week because there's some big football game or something happening next Sunday. Have me working.
Something happened in New Orleans,
something.
3 of them things,
Something about a Pete. I don't know nothing about no Pete.
So, hey man, I hope it's some shenanigans tonight. I think it's gonna be a lot of surprises. Okay, one more surprise.
Okay,
who is the old vet? They always put in one legend.
Yeah, a legend.
Who's
Is it Goldberg? Is it Goldberg? I hope it's not Goldberg, but it could be. Is it Goldberg? Are they going to throw Goldberg in there? Bill? They're going to throw Bill
Somebody said Mick Foley, and I'm like, no.
Leave that man alone. He got his teeth fixed.
He's lost 100 pounds or something like that.
Yeah, let that man live. He done jumped off of cages for y'all. Let him stay at home, please. It could be. What if it's Hogan? That would be hilarious. And
he immediately has to be thrown out.
Yeah.
Here's a name. Name. We are doing a TNA partnership, right?
Yeah, WWE. I think I know what you're about to say. I think I know what you're about to say. Go ahead.
My boy Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, Ziggler. Okay. I was going a different route because he's not wrestling in TNA, but he is one of their figureheads. Santino Marella is a TNA person. The fastest elimination in the Royal Rumble. The fastest elimination in the Royal Rumble. Can he beat the record this year? Can he beat the record?
I just thought of this. We have a partnership with TNA, right? With WWE, right?
Yeah. if you're about to say the
team
Hardys.
called the Hardy Boys?
Yeah. I knew you were about to say that. I knew you were about to
Wow.
say that.
Did they come
Yeah.
out? Hardy Boys versus DIY? Motor City Machine Guns?
Face off. What if they have them face off after the tag team title match? Like, say DIY, retains their belts, and then you hear the
Team Extreme.
That'd be pretty good.
That'd be pretty good. How about Bully Ray?
Bully Ray, he could come out. He recently did some action in NXT. They could have him come out. That could be.
Everybody's doing podcasts, man. Maven got a good podcast. Bubba Ray with Busted Open. Even
Undertaker has a pretty good podcast.
Yeah. Dave LaGreca always talking about The Rock like he's important. Devon got a nice podcast now. It's new. RBD, Stevie Richards.
Yeah.
It's always a lot of wrestling podcasts. But hey man, I just gotta keep reiterating this is gonna be a huge show tonight, man.
I'm excited.
What could they do? Is it possible that they could disappoint you tonight?
I think if Logan Paul wins, I'll be disappointed. Honestly, it is a possibility. That is a possibility. He's got so much heat. He's got so much heat. It would have to be
how he won, though.
If he wins at all, that means he's main eventing WrestleMania.
You're right. I wouldn't be like thumbs down disappointed, but I would be disappointed.
Yeah.
All right, man. Before we go, come on. Who you got winning the Royal Rumble? In the women's. Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
That's all right. In the men's, who you got?
CM Punk.
All right. Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes. Who you got? Ladder match.
Cody.
Okay.
And then Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY. 2 out of 3 falls.
Come on, DIY.
DIY. Okay.
All right. Who's your big return for the night?
Ooh. Give me Asuka.
Asuka. That's a big one.
But Charlotte Flair barely eliminates her. It's just like Dominic. He gets back up after taking like a.
Dominic gonna be involved in the women's Royal Rumble?
Yeah, cause Nia's gonna Simone drop him. Then he gonna get up. Then Charlotte Flair eliminates Liv. Liv tells Dom to come on. Dom sneaks up back, and then he's talking to Asuka. Charlotte Flair then kicked them both off the ropes.
Oh Lord, okay.
That's good booking. That's pretty good booking.
I was ready to downplay this whole thing, but that actually works. Kind of sense. Yeah. Good job. Get out of here.
2 words for you.
So
take this.
We'll see y'all, and we're gonna have to recap this pretty soon. So we'll see y'all in a few days, and y'all have a nice night. What?
Is Braun Strowman okay, by the way?
Probably not. Probably not.
Saturday night's main event.
You know what I mean?
You are crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, no offense, but I don't want no trouble. What you got going on with Dairy Priest in LA Knight? But LA Knight,
yeah.
The fact that Jacob Fatu is bringing Mac Drake back to the wrestling world is
it's crazy.
Yeah, that I mean. We'll see y'all in a couple of days. We got 2 words for you. Rumble.
Royal Rumble. Don't forget, At Your Speed will be at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's true. That's funny.
At Your Speed.
And Kai
He's a streamer. Yeah, Kai Cenat. Yeah.
Hey, Jay. Who else are you gonna make your entrance with? Because I'm kind of Little Uzi Vert.
Little Uzi Vert.
Yeah, he's made an entrance with it was at WrestleMania 39.
Yeah.
So we need somebody new.
And then
Where we at? Where's
What
Lil
about-
Boy at?
Lil Wayne.
Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Indianapolis? Who's
I'm-
from Indianapolis?
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee. All right, man. We out,
All right.
man. We'll see y'all next time. We'll recap this Royal Rumble. Enjoy it tonight.
CM Punk
Have
versus
fun.
Cody Rhodes.
At the end of the night, all I want to hear is CM Punk.
CM Punk.
CM Punk. CM Punk.